It would be good, my brothers and sisters, if we woke up this morning as the world continued to turn, everything would be a bed of roses. Everything will have tea with honey in it. You woke up this morning not worrying about anything or anyone. It would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? As the world turns, whatever posture, whatever place it lines up with, north, south, east, or west, or those in between, north by northwest, west by southwest, whatever it might be, everything would fall in your favor, and everything would be all right. It would be a wonderful day not to worry about anything or anybody. It would also be a wonderful thing as the world's turned and we search for our tomorrow, we wouldn't have to worry about it because everything would be in line. There will be no more crying. There will be no more suffering. There will be no more pain. There will be no more looking down the barrel of your eyes at me as if I'm something that you don't like. Everybody would be somebody. Everybody would find and have self-wealth, self-interest. Everything would be good to go, wouldn't it? As the world spins and we go to sleep and wake up in our tomorrows and not worry about anything about tomorrow. I wouldn't have to worry about how I'm going to pay my bills. I wouldn't have to worry about if my children are going to be all right. I wouldn't have to worry about any of that because I am assured that everything would be all right. Wouldn't that be a wonderful situation? Wouldn't that be good? Not to have to think about anything, worry about anything. You're on your top of your world every day. You're on your game every second of the day. No worries. Hakuna Matata. Everything is well to do. But the truth of the matter is, as your world turns and as you search for tomorrow, the truth is that many times in doing so, we drop off the edge and run up in the edge of night. And because we can't see, many times we are reverted to go to General Hospital. Because time is not what we would have projected to be. People are not who we thought they would be. And the truth of the matter, in this life, or in this thing that we call life, all of us have to go through something.
Yes.
You can have a good day, and in the same day that have not completed the 24 hours, you can have a spoiled night. Talk back to me, somebody. And so it is today, real quick, that we find in this story, and I implore you, and I really engage you to read this full chapter and then find out the history of it. It is in this story now that the people of Israel, they are doing well, or they had been doing well up to this point. Many of you know the story about Joseph. Joseph had a dream. Hear me, somebody. Joseph had a dream.
Yes.
And because of his dream, he goes and tells his brothers about it, and they become a little bit upset. Baby brother is out of his element. I don't have to bow to him. I'm older than he is. I don't have to answer to him. He needs to listen to me. He had a dream. He told his brother. His brothers got upset with him, and they concocted a scheme to sell him out. Actually, the initiation of it, they were going to kill him. But bigger brother said, no, let's not kill him. Let's dig a hole for him, a pit. Put him in the pit, kill an animal, rub it on the wool cloth, take it back to daddy, and that would be solid proof that an animal had destroyed baby Bubba. And they did so, and they sold him to a caravan going to a far land. But do you know that even if somebody's selling you out, God will always stand by your side? Many times in life we get upset because we are sold out. It's common nature because that's what sin produces. Sin produces oftentimes a strong hatred. You don't have to do anything to anybody. Just be you. People can't stand for you to be you because they want you to be like they are. But I come to understand that God is enough God to make you to be just like he wants you to be. You don't have to change wigs. You don't have to put lipstick on. You don't have to paint your toenails to look like somebody else. You don't have to glamour up. Just be you. And let God make you into what he wants you to be. It is here that he's sold into slavery and down in this foreign land called Egypt. The enemy is still on him. He's still on him. Potiphar's wife, the Pharaoh, wanted this young man because he was good to look upon. He was robust. And she concocted and said that he tried to, actually, can I use this language, tried to rape her. He was thrown in prison, but prison couldn't stop him. It's there in prison that God gave him favor, that God gave him insight in which he could tell and interpret dreams that nobody else could do. Look at our God. Don't get down because somebody else looked down on you. Look up and understand that God has you in the palm of his hand. And it doesn't matter where you go in life, God will take care of you. Because he has a plan for your life. And so finally, without going too far, the Pharaoh recognized, and it is of utmost important that oftentimes you have to realize that outsiders recognize and appreciate your gift and gifting more than those that you associate with every day. The Pharaoh saw his gift and appointed Joseph second in command of all of Israel, or all of Egypt. Whatever Joseph said, prime minister backed it. Whatever Joseph did, he had the resources to go about doing it. And because God was with Joseph, everything that Joseph touched or did turned to gold. Did you know you had golden gifts within you? Everybody is not going to accept it, but believe me, there'll come a day when everybody will need it. And so here it is that he is now doing good. His brothers that sold him into slavery had to come to him to survive the next day. They had to get food from Joseph to make ends meet. Sometimes those that sold you out will have to come back and beg your pardon, because God will give you favor. All you got to do is just wait on him a little while and let him work his stuff. Joseph could have been vindictive and said, no, they desired to kill me, and now I got the power to wipe them out. but he also understood who was in charge. God was in charge, and if God has a plan for you, he's going to make it all right. Yes. He knows the end and he knows the beginning of your life. Yes. And so it is now that Joseph is doing well. His family is doing well. Everything is coming together. The land is doing well. But the problem is, when you read the text, is that the Pharaoh that Joseph was under died. And this new king, Bucky, comes in place, and the Bible said, did not know Joseph. Sometimes people don't know how much of a blessing you have been or are now in the kingdom, and they take you for granted. They take it because they think that they are large and in charge. But I got news for you. I got news for you. If God be for you, tell me who can be against you. And one of these days, we shall overcome. Because you and I and we together are unstoppable. The ship changed, and you got to be ready for the ship. You have to be ready to meet the ship. This new Pharaoh comes, did not know Joseph or regarded God. And he becomes the hard taskmaster. He put unfair treatment on the people, unfair labor to the people. They worked overtime, anytime, without any payment. Sounds something like you, don't it? That over 200 years, I know that we don't want to hear this, but we need to. Trustee Smiles, the history teacher, will tell you, a person that knows not their history has no future. Y'all ain't saying nothing. But history is important because you always need to know where you come from so that you can be grateful where the Lord has brought you to. History is so important that sometimes we just give in without standing up and letting the world know. Yes, I've been through the storm. Yes, I've been to the rain. But look how good God has been to me. Anybody glad today that the Lord has been good to you? Yes, the Lord has been good to you. Yes, under the auspices of the now, many times you are rejected. Many times as a people, you get the crumbs, not even the residue that fall from government down to his people. Sometimes you are the last to know anything and the last to get anything. But I'm glad today to tell you that one day we shall overcome, and the last shall be first. Oh, y'all don't hear me. I said the last shall be first. So you can cry a little bit now. Laugh at me now. But the last laugh will be on me. Because when I'm sad, he will indeed make me glad. When I'm lonely, he indeed will refresh my spirit. When I'm out, he indeed shall bring me in. Do I have a witness in this place? Getting ready to close the message now, but you are unstoppable. What this king does, he said, because they multiplied and they grew. They multiplied, even though the whip was against their back and the sun wasn't smiling in their face. God made sure that they continued to multiply. He made sure that they continued to grow. And they got worried. Your enemy will always become disturbed when they see you working together for the good Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your enemy, this is not a new thing. It's not new. Study your history. You will find out that whenever there was more than two of you together, the enemy began to shake in his boots because they know that the power is in unity. And when you can get together as a people in whatever you're endeavoring to do, you become unstoppable. How come everything and everybody know that except for us? There is no need to fight against me. It's no need to fight against you. We need to get together because there's power in numbers. Oh yeah, there's power in numbers. And you become an unstoppable force. Well, look at the scheme. It's much relevant even to today. Look at the scheme of this. The Pharaoh said, okay, they're growing and they're multiplying. I got to come up with a way of getting rid of them. And I tell you what you do. He had some midwives. But watch this. Had some midwives. And they said to the midwives, he said, look, when a male child is born, Bucky, kill him. Let the girls live. The girl babies, but kill the male child. But the thing that tripped me out about this, can I come get you? Is that God always had a ram in the bush. He was talking to women that was Hebrews. They fed God. And they said, no, we're not going to abort these babies today. I can't do that because that's against the will and the plan of God. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Y'all might be quiet now, but you'll get with me in a minute. And so they allowed the babies to be born. The plan was to kill them. God's plan is that you live and that you have abundance of life. God's plan, the man's plan was to get rid of it. God's plan is that you multiply and grow. And any time that you have a group of people that become, as the words say, multiply, not just add, but multiplication, and grow, they become unstoppable. I want to tell you today, get it now, when you begin to understand that God does deal in numbers that you can't even put together. When he see you, he see the generations that he has put in you. You can't do it, but he does. He knows what he's doing. And all you have to do is hold on to his unchanging hand. Yes, they forgot who Joseph was. Yes, they beat the Israelites and had forced labor on them. But God saw the end from the beginning. And it doesn't matter where you are, where you're going, or how it is. God will turn this situation around.
Yes.
He'll do it.
Oh, yes.
God will give you joy in the morning.
Yes.
When everything else is crowing and crying.
Yes.
God will give you peace in the midst of your storm, even though the storm is raging. That's the kind of God that you and I serve. And when we get to the point that we understand that, we can sing regardless as to what is going on. We can sing the song, How Great Thou Art. It is here, and you should not be disturbed about it. You should be encouraged about it. Because you and God has brought through many dangerous toils and snares. He has brought us out of many traps that have been set before us. And so he done it with them, he'll do it with us. Y'all don't believe me, but can I be black for a minute and tell you that they killed King, but the dreams still live on? Y'all hear what I'm saying? They killed the dreamer, but they didn't kill the dream. And I am really excited about it because there are some things in my heart. Every time I make one step forward, something comes and pushes me back. Every time I said forward we go, the winds of adversity blows me back. But I hear those old martyred souls say, forward we go. That you can do it because you are unstoppable. Well, let me come get you real quick. Is there anything in your life, any dream that you have had that had to been aborted, had to been destroyed because of what somebody else said or done, and you backed up a few steps instead of going forward a few steps? Yeah, that's life. But you got to understand this, that God holds life in the palm of his hand. And if you're in his hand, whatever the enemy throws at you will not work. Sickness can't kill me until God gets ready for me. Finances can't destroy me because every time I think I don't have a penny in my pocket, God makes a way somehow. Yes, on my way home, if they had destroyed the dream, then it would have been annulled. But you and I are unstoppable because the dream lives on in you. Kill the young man. Kill those who you say don't have no business running through our streets in our neighborhood. Kill George Floyd that stands on the corner of life of the street and have to endure people who press their legs and their knees in his neck to cut off his ability to enjoy life. Kill them. Yes, you did it. You killed them. Our society, our systematic unit of government did it. Killed them, but one thing they didn't kill the young ladies. And I'm going to tell you, you can do that, but if the seed is in the young lady, she will bring it forth. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Sometimes you can kill me, but you can't kill that is in me. You've forgotten that God is a God of all flesh. And when you put your knee on my neck, trying to cut life out of me, there is somebody that has my seed. There is somebody that has the vision that goes on. Kill me if you want. But you forgot that God is going to raise up a Brown Jackson to be in the Supreme Court. You forgot that Maxine Waters was coming to be in the Senate with a voice. You forgot there was a Kamala Harris that would be Vice President of the United States. You forgot there was an African black woman by the name of Michelle Obama would be the first lady of these United States. Do you not know that you and I are unstoppable? The rains might come and the winds might blow, but we shall overcome. We shall overcome because God has put that in you that you are unstoppable. Is there anybody here that know that this system that we have now that sends people to the moon, without Katherine Johnson, there will be no system. Without Mary Jackson, there will be no system. Without Dr. Bourne, there would be no system. Without Harriet Tubman, there will be no you. Without these people, but they understood that you can enslave me, but I won't be enslaved. I'm going to lead somebody to freedom. And when we break free, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Is there anybody in this church that really know that you're bigger than the labor that has been put on your back? Is there anybody in this church that know that we can make it, we can do it together, we can overcome, because if God be on your side, tell me who can be against you? And we today, with your cute, quiet self, is unstoppable because God is with you. Amen. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, I like that, Brookie. Join in choir. We're standing. Sing that choir.